Let's talk about NVIDIA's monster earnings report from yesterday, which is leaving a lot of investors asking a lot of questions. Over the last few weeks, we've seen tech company after tech company and other companies report earnings, and it was kind of hit or miss. Some were great, some were not great. Some had really good earnings but lowered their forecast. Some had bad earnings and bad forecasts. Markets have just been steadily declining over the last few weeks, with all eyes looking on NVIDIA. Now you might think that's not really fair, that's not really healthy, that the entire stock market is held up by NVIDIA, but that's kind of how it is, and frankly, it's kind of how it's always been. If you go back to the early 2000s, it was Cisco, Intel, and Microsoft. Those were the companies that everybody was looking at. In the 2010s, it was basically Amazon and Apple, right? There was even a quote that was, "So goes Apple, goes the market." So if Apple, they were like a bellwether stock. Everything focused on Apple. In the 2020s, like the early 2020s, we had the FANG stocks, that is Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, that everyone was obsessed with the FANG stocks, the FANG stocks. And right now, it's all eyes on NVIDIA. So this is nothing new. It's only new if you're a new investor and you're going, why is everyone so focused on NVIDIA? And the reason is that right now, Wall Street is hyper-focused on AI, semiconductors, chips, smart technology, and NVIDIA leads the way. And then at the very end of earnings season, we have NVIDIA. They're not the first. They don't set the tone. It's not like, all right, let's see how NVIDIA does, and that'll be telling of everything else over the next 2 or 3 weeks. They are dead last, the main event. And they drop a massive earnings report. Really good news. And the market skyrockets, which leaves people asking another question, which is every time NVIDIA's post earnings in the past, even if it was good, the stock went down. So how come this time is different? And the reason is because the markets have been slowly declining, bleeding out for the last couple of weeks, looking for any glimmer of good news. And as we inched closer and closer to NVIDIA, it was kind of all eyes on NVIDIA. Please don't let us down. Please don't let us down. You have to deliver a big earnings report. Basically, everything rests on NVIDIA. And you're thinking, logically, if all other companies are reporting bad earnings, missing their targets, lowering their forecasts, all of them except for NVIDIA, shouldn't that be a bad thing? And the answer is, in a healthy market, yes, it should be. So for weeks, the narrative was tech is slowing down, growth is slowing down, the bubble, and everyone was freaking out about it. So markets start pricing in across the board that it's going to be bad. Till NVIDIA shows up and goes, well, actually, things over here ain't so bad. But then Wall Street thinks, all right, the weakness we've been seeing everywhere else isn't affecting the leaders. That's good, because these leaders are massive. And that's why people say, so goes NVIDIA, goes the markets. Because if the leader goes down, everyone freaks out. But if the leader says, no, things are still good for some of us, then it's relief. And that's part of the rally that we're seeing. It's a relief rally. That's what it's called. So when one company is literally carrying the entire stock market on their backs, hey, as long as that growth is strong and continues, everyone just holds their breath and says, everything's fine, everything's fine. Don't forget to save this video if you're watching it on TikTok so you can come back in a couple of months if NVIDIA goes down and goes, well, this didn't age well. Hit the follow. See you later.